I worry about the late game scaling because, I mean, Dusa can get really big, but you have a Morphling here with Spirit 5. Tusk still wants a lot of EXP. You still want to get that levels up, and he's just being zoned out so hard that he's not going to find that.
Absolutely not. A very tough time already as bot lane. There's a bit of a chase here onto Skem. 3 Shadow Poison stacks, so one more might be able to do it. Fu is going to be able to land the 4th. He wants another though, just to make sure, and he's got it. A very nice first blood achieved by Fu, the CEO. Moon right now is having a decent time, but against the Kunkka, it's a very tough time, naturally, as you don't tend to lose on Kunkka. Meanwhile, top though, Roger gonna try and pop the tag team, but he's getting sniped here by the balls, and Tims will just not back off. In fact, you've got the leap charge, so he might keep going, but a nice snowball away. It may not be enough, though. Roger is still trying, but Tims is able to follow up and secure a kill for himself.
That's leading to this much more passive safe lane, but it's exactly what you want out of this lane anyway.
Both lanes, at least safe lanes, look very passive right now. You see mid one top of the net worth board, or rather the CS board at the moment. Having a fantastic time as mid lane. Someone isn't having a fantastic time. Moon, he connected with an arrow, but it won't matter because the boat does not oh, never mind, Japoi. What a Tidebringer hit out from the Kunkka.
Got it perfectly, and it's that timing we were talking about, Mike. Yopaj, when he hits 6, gonna call for a rotation in, gets Tims up. They've got the arrow combo, and they're still going.
Yeah, they're chasing down Skem right now, again with those Shadow Poisons, but Raging is copying a fair bit of damage to Fu. Able to secure the kill, Raging, one hit away, but he's going to be able to TP out, and Fu even getting himself out now. As the creep just blocks the way for Jackie. He could just not catch a break in that tree line.
Here on Boom, and he's enabling Jackie to still focus in on that farm. Mind you, SMG still getting more, but they're going for a play on mid now.
Snowball. Gonna be able to dodge that X back into the torrent, but Tims is still gonna just tank the snowball, get an arrow, and that's gonna be an easy kill onto Roger. 3-2 so far, slight net worth lead for Boom Esports, but still a very close game between these two.
In that bot jungle, it's very secure. He has good wards. They're building up the triangle. Once he clears that out with no contestation, SMG's gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, chances are you aren't going to really be able to keep up with the Medusa. Even as the Morphling, you just don't have that crazy farm potential. But mid lane, Arrow going to land onto Moon with the boat follow-up. It's just so much damage. They've lost Moon already. They're going to try and kill Skem and maybe even find more, as Tims is still fighting. Raging needs to back himself out, but Roger and Fu have joined in. Roger now copying so much damage away from this Kunkka. He's going to go for a Roshan deny attempt. Snowball is there. Yopaj still going to back off and try to get himself out now with the pig out. In the meantime, Tims is still chasing and does kill off Raging Potatoes Yopaj. He is still going to try and go back in after Fu and survive through all this damage output, but Fu, he will go at it as well. It's just not enough for Yopaj. He will walk away scot-free, and 3 heroes will drop for SMG.
Compared to his supports, he's had a great time here. You don't even have Finger Up and Skem, but they're still going to look for the kills.
Oh, that's a massive kill out onto Moon if they can secure it, and I think they just have. Moon is just not tanky enough to survive. Boom, reading the map very, very well. Even looking for Raging, and a Hex will come out. Skem does catch him. Earth Spike to follow up, though. Roger is trying to move in to try and save. But the Moonlight Shadow is going to be popped from Tims just to make sure they can't even be seen throughout all this, as Roger is still trying to save Raging, but they completely ignore him for now. In fact, never mind. They'll go back for the tusk. They just don't have enough to finish off Raging Potato. But Boom Esports, not only do they get that mid-left track, but they'll find a support task.
But they do cancel off that gank onto Jack Boys, and they are starting to flank around FBZ. So the smoke's still here, Mike. They find this kill. This could set them up for a bit of a push here as well.
You got the helm of the Dominator up, so FBZ's got plenty of damage, but Moon is going to move in along with Fu to set up. They've got a great Split Earth to stun, and that should be it. Still Yopaj. He is going to show, but he's being charged at the moment. So they have perfect vision of the Kunkka, but can they actually fight him? He's a tanky boy right now, but the charge is going to fly right in. They'll go after Skem instead with another strike. Split Earth out. Ooh. Arrow not going to land on mid one. He's all right. He's surviving, and he'll strength morph out of there. As the only person, they are going to lose the FBZ and Skem, but for SMG's sake, everyone gets out scot-free.
Boom is starting to hit their own aggression as 4 heroes. We're seeing them just clump up, push, look for these engagements, while giving Jack Boys the farm he needs. Playing that 4 Protect 1 well. They get a good scan, but could be a fight here.
Well, they want Skem, but the Hex is there to cancel the charge. Mid one, looks like he is ready to join again as he goes in with the X onto Yopaj, but Yopaj X's himself as well. So double X will mean that Yopaj gets out and does not cop the torrent. SMG, nice snowball in, again onto Scam. They really want that Lion, and they should be able to have him this time around as the boat was not there in time. In fact, FBZ now, he's been caught out by Jackie. He's going to join the fray. The buyback is there from Scam. They've taken down Roger, but they want a lot more than that for the buyback of this Lion. They'll try onto mid one, but he's willing to man fight this one out. He just doesn't have much damage at the moment. Arrow, it's going to land, but he got the strength morph off in time as Raging will charge right back in onto 3 heroes. But Jackie is not afraid. He'll just keep right-clicking away onto Moon now. They might have the less rack and they will. In fact, never mind Disruption. We'll buy a bit more time, but Yopaj, he'll get the job done. A double kill out for the Kunkka. The buyback does seem to work out here for Skem. They do get some sweet, sweet revenge. And it's not even over yet. Mid one. Not out of danger as he does waveform, but he will be X back into the Earth Spike, and now the Torrent. Roger, he'll be there to join, but it doesn't seem like they really have enough damage to deal with the Morphling right now, so they'll have to let him go.
Yeah, it's a topsy-turvy trade. You force the buyback out from Scam. They're not done, though.
Raging? No, certainly not. It's a Spirit Breaker game after all, John, so the Earth Spike is going to land into the Arrow, and, well, Raging is going to turn right into mashed potato, it seems, as... Well, maybe not. The Urn Charge is ticking him out, but our food does save the day. Meanwhile, towards the south, though, they've got Roger on the Tusk with the Roar out. They will be able to get the Tusk. Another kill out for the Kunkka as they just want to infiltrate this jungle. And this is something you would have assumed SMG would be doing with their own draft. But it seems though Boom Esports are the ones to get rather aggressive as Arfu. Will be another target here for Tims with the arrow out. And another kill for Yopaj. Absolutely no problems here for Boom Esports. But can they fight? I mean, most ultis right now for Boom are going to be off cooldown very soon, as again, they're going to try and focus down Scam with Roger, but they'll try to turn now onto the Tuscan. SMG, they just don't commit. Not all the way. In fact, Tims, he got an arrow onto Arfu and now Raging. He'll charge back in, but the Earth Spike and the X are both going to drag him right back to the depths of the river. So now Boom Esports will just happily go back into the Roshan pit. Can they get something done here, though? I mean, you've got Yopaj around, and it looks like they're going to try and focus him down, but it's not an easy target. He's got a BKB up already, so he can just turn right back in as Raging, again charging on Scam, but he's been caught out. Disruption's going to save him from the boat, but for how long? He'll run his way away. But Boom Esports still want to try and force a fight. X is there, back in onto that Spirit Breaker, into the Torrent, and that might just be enough though, no. Raging still survives as Yopaj now is the one in danger. They've got enough damage this time. Onto Scam they go, and that'll be a second. 4 Moon on that Leshrac, but now FBZ turning at Tims. He lands the arrow onto mid one. They'll take down the Morphling, they'll take down Roger, and they might just be able to take down Moon, who's still chasing FBZ, and does get the kill, but in the end is gonna die. So I don't think it was too bad of a team fight for SMG, but they end up losing mid one. And that's a pretty big deal here for the Dire.
Trying to slowly push at that tier 1 mid with Lesh. Boom are aware of that, and they can kind of scout around with the Torrent as well. See how much they can hit here.
He's going to run right in. He's taking a fair bit of damage, but he's got the BKB up to use. They try again onto Scam, and they do get the line to start. A nice start to this fight for SMG, but now the Roar is out by FBZ into the boat and the Torrent, but a nice disruption from Arfu to save. SMG now surely can take down this tier 1 mid tower. They are still trying to go after FBZ. Roger, he'll commit the snowball into the charge now from Raging. They should be able to get another kill here for the Dire, and they do. That's the aggression you wanted to see here from SMG, but can they keep it up? Well, they will. They've got Tims. In fact, they even found Jackie with the disruption, but I'm not sure if they'll really commit for this. It looks like they're going to try. They've got the stuns out, but Jackie still has the Aegis and the Stone Gaze and will pop both. That'll be enough for him to be able to walk his way out of there. That surprise reveal with the Aghanim Scepter. Tims around to break the smoke, but he can leap right away as they just cannot see him at the moment. He has his whole team behind him, but they'll charge right through Jackie, into Scam. They found the Lion, and that's what you want. The boat will come in. It doesn't do too much, but they'll try to focus down mid one with the finger. Scam, he will finally drop as they just try to protect that Morphling. The Stone Gaze almost slowing him down enough to go back in onto the Morph, but mid one, he's just ignoring everybody else and just going after the supports. Roger is going to go down. Raging, still being chased down here by Yopaj, does also get taken out. And so even though it looked like a nice start for SMG, it still proves to be too much of a team fight here for him. Not only that, but the net worth lead that they had on Boom is suddenly just not there anymore. It's just a 1k advantage. Nothing to write home about as they even found FBZ, another great target for SMG to try and go after. They've already blown him up. That's 2 heroes down for 45 seconds without buyback, so SMG, they might be able to focus down another tower, either in the mid...
Maximal peek yet. You're also kind of lagging behind damage from Yopaj. He is going for the Ags next, and you do find a DD to go into the Roche. Good scan from SMG does tell them, though, and going to be in a position to try and force a fight here first.
And they're going to find that Tusk immediately. Roger, he'll be the first victim of Boom Esports as mid one. Tried to reinitiate, but doesn't want any part of it. Who else have they got? With the disruption, they found Arfu. He is dropping real darn quick, but he gets the purge out in time. It just won't mean anything. In fact, they're going for more now. They might have a dieback onto Roger. He's dropping low. They'll try to save with mid one. Scam will drop and Tim's. He's also gone. In fact, a double stun out FBZ. He might be the third, and he will go down. But how do you deal with this Medusa? Jackie pops the Stone Gaze. Back in on the Leshrac they go. They want Moon down, and they might just have him, but no. The blink away is there. So instead, it's back in onto mid one with the Hex out Scam. He does lock him down long enough. Aren't going to be able to get him this time around.
Yeah, but look where Jackboys was that entire time. He's shoving in the bot tier 2. His team joins him. He's getting so much farm. His Ags is only 2 parts away. About 1,000 gold away, 1,100. So not too far off until Ardusa's also fully geared up. Has the Silver Edge up for some crit. Good break. And now they can begin that siege. They've got to do something about this Dusa.
Here we go, the charge is in from mid one. He'll get started, but you've got to worry about that Aegis and Moon. He cops an arrow. It's a 5-second arrow, in fact, but Arfu will save with the disruption in the backside. They're trying to jump that line again, but Scam, he is surviving. He'll turn with the Hex out and the Earth Spike. Mid one's been caught out. The Roar is there, FBZ. No. He's got him. Mid one is down without buyback. That is terrible, terrible news for the side of SMG, as now they will just charge backwards onto Raging and the Roger Tusk, and they completely wipe him out. SMG, they tried. Jackie is just too big to deal with at the moment. And Boom Esports, they'll rush onto that bottom racks.
It's just not enough. Like, the disruption you want to save as a saving spell. Snowball, it's nice, but you're not catching enough people in the line. Even then, the follow-up damage, again, is just lacking from SMG. And Boom are actually going to stay for another set of racks. They're going to go for the mid creeps. They still have Aegis for a minute and a half here.
Why the hell not? Meanwhile, Moon, he does buy out that overwhelming blink, but that's left him without buyback gold. So this could be the last-ditch effort here for SMG, as they might just have to call the GG if they can't win this one out. Jackie's not backing. They'll purge him up, Raging. He'll go for the charge into the backside onto FBZ, but he's going to get caught out. He doesn't have a way to protect himself. He'll pop the BKB, though, again into Scam, but Scam's being protected. He'll get the Hex off in time, and now they've caught out too with the Torrent, or rather the Tidal Wave. They've got Roger. A great Torrent Storm out. Has caught 2 of them right in the Torrent, and Raging Potato is so darn low, but not dead yet. He'll try to run, but it's looked like there's no running here for the Spirit Breaker. Arfu, he'll go for a TP out, but Tim's has got him with the Yule Scepter. Mid one, he'll have to do this by himself. He'll take down Yopaj, but can he deal with the rest? Jackie's still just whacking away, and he's forced to run. But it's a 2v3 scenario. And it looks like Boom Esports are gonna have Megas coming up very soon, unless mid one can stop it. He will charge in, back on that Dusa. But he's not gonna be able to slow them down that much. There goes the top racks. And that'll be Megas now for Boom. SMG, they are still just trying to deal with the Aegis of Jackie, but they can't even get that.
Charge, maybe a snowball here and there, but everything else is just to save. The disruption to save. The split earth doesn't catch enough people out, and they're going to go and force this fight.
Yeah, right into the triangle, Raging. He's got to worry about Scam as well. You've got an Aeon Disc now on that line, so it's not that easy to burst him down. In fact, the Hex is there in time anyway. Who else are they chasing? Mid one, he's been roared up. He's trying to make his way over. They're still trying to get that Lion, but Scam is just so sneaky. He's still out of there. Now Raging, he's the one in trouble, but he's a bit tanky, or maybe not. Not with that Tidal Wave, but he'll charge. He'll just try and charge his way out. Meanwhile, Yopaj, he does find Minwa, but never mind him. They'll go in onto Roger instead, who's still trying on that Lion, but Scam is just so sneaky. He will not give the opening away. And that'll be 1 down for SMG. Not out of the game yet, but against Megas, 4v5. It's very hard to see a victory here for SMG in this defense. We'll see if they can pull it off, though. This time, Scam will not have the Aeon Disc. But I think Scam is the least of your worries at this point if you are SMG. As Jackie gets onto those T4 towers, how do you stop this man?
It's tough. I think the SMG are doing the right thing trying to rip the backline, but they just don't have the damage to clear out even the supports.
Oh, the tidal wave going to cancel the charges again. They're going on to Skem. They have the Lion this time. Mid one, he gets something, but they've lost Raging Potato and Arfu in the process, and now Moon. He's been caught out. The torrent will be right there onto the Lesh, and there's just no way out for him. Mid one's the last remaining survivor, but there will be buybacks from SMG to try one last time to defend this. 3v5. The charge is there. They'll start onto the Kunkka, but man, oh man, that Stone Gaze and the Petrify out with the Mystic Snake. It's just way too much. They go right into it. More buybacks to come. Mid one, waiting for his teammates, but the Petrify again out from Jackie and now Raging, who's forced the BKB up and try to go onto Tim's, but he can do nothing. He can do absolutely nothing to help out his team. They will take down the Spirit Breaker once again, and the GG will be called by SMG. Game way to go the way of Boom Esports.
Oh man, I expected a lot more early aggression out from SMG. I mean, when we saw that draft, we saw the Tusk, we saw the Spirit Breaker, the Shadow Demon. They did have good saves. I thought the lanes would come out a lot stronger. Like, you called it.